Hey guys, this is Miss Citran, and here we go for another video. Yesterday, we talked about composing and decomposing two-digit numbers. And if you remember, I gave you some numbers and you worked at Miss Tran's table and you were able to build that same number in different ways. For example, your way may be different than your partner's way. So let's review about that. And I want you to think about the number 29. First off, you have to think about, how many tens and how many ones does 29 have? Well, good rule of thumb, if you have a two-digit number, the first number that you see, that's your tens. So think about that. In a two-digit number, the first number you see is in the tens place. So I see number 2 as my tens, and then I see the number 9 as my ones. So in this simplistic way, you can have two tens and then 9 ones. But the cool thing about math is that there is no one way to solve a problem. There are many different ways to give Miss Tran the number 29. There we go, 29. Now I'm going to clear the board and we are going to come back for a moment as I erase everything. Okay, I'm back. Let's see, what are different ways that we can compose or decompose the number 29? So let's say Ms. Tran gave you a challenge. Let's say I only let you use only one rod. That means I can only give you one rod. How are you going to get to 29 with only one rod? Well, if you think about it, the value of this rod is 10. So this is already 10. You have to think about, in your brain, in your way, what is the easiest road or easiest way to get to 29? For some of us, you might have to put a lot of ones. So I'm going to put a plus sign, and we need to think about something. How many ones would it take to make a rod? Well, if you look really carefully at your rod and you count the individual cubes, you will see that it takes 10 of these cubes to make one rod. So I'm going to click, I am going to click and drag, first off, 10 ones. And I'm going to put them in rows of 5. Now, the reason why Ms. Tran puts rows of 5 is it's easier to count by fives. Because you've learned that in kindergarten, you learned that in first grade, how to count by fives. So if we take a look right here, I have 10. This is 5, so 10 plus 5, 15. 15, 20. So this right here so far is 20, but for my own way, my own brain, I'm going to label it 10. So far, that's 10 plus 10. If you look at it, 10 plus 10 gives me 20. It's not enough. I need to get to 29. How am I going to get 29 if I only have ones? How am I going to get 29 if I only can use ones? Well, again, this right here, this is 20. I am trying to get to 29. The only way that I can do it is to use my ones. And I can put 9 ones on my screen. And this is just like what you did with me yesterday when you had your base 10 blocks. And we have 9 ones. So I'm going to write this in a different color so you can see what we did. So 29, you can go 10 plus 10 plus 9. Or if you really wanted to count all of these ones all together, you would get 10 plus, and let's go ahead and count. This is already 10, so I don't need to go one by one. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this is actually 10 plus 19. 10 plus 19 equals to 29. Okay, so I'm going to give you one more 2-digit number, and I want you to think about a different way to represent this number. And you cannot copy me, not allowed. So I am going to write down this number. Miss Tran is going to build you the number 49. And remember, you cannot copy Miss Tran. You have to do a different way. So 49, I can do 4 tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. And Miss Tran is going to do 9 ones. And notice again, I am doing my ones in rows of 5. It's a good habit. It's a good choice, a wise choice to put your ones in rows of 5. So my value is, this is 10, 20, 30, 40. So this is 40 plus, and then I have, oops, I forgot a 1. Oops, sorry. And I'm going to put, come on, there we go. Oops, don't need that one. And I'm going to put my 1 right there. So this is actually 40 plus 9. If I were to write this in a number sentence, I would just write 40 I would just write 40 plus 9. Sorry, my computer is a little slow this evening. So I would write 40 plus 9. Pause the video. That means stop the video by pressing the little pause button. And I want you on your dry erase area with your dry erase marker to build me 49, but you cannot copy my model. Okay? See you in a bit. Okay, I am going to give you some examples of ways you can get to 49. And if you got it right, you can give yourself some jazz hands that you found one of the answers. And remember, if you don't see your answer on the screen, it doesn't mean it's completely wrong. It's just I don't have enough time to go through every single possible one. But here are some that you could have done. You could have done this. You could have had 2 tens put together, which will give you 20. And then you could have also done plus another 2 groups of 10. If I stack them like so, that gives me 20. So 20 plus 20, that gives me 40. And then I could possibly do 5 ones in one little group. See if they could, I can put them together. It's so exciting. 5 ones. And then plus 5 plus, and I can put 4 of them together. Because if you use your mental math, you use your brain, if you count 20 plus 20 equals 40. 40 plus 5 equals 45. 46, 47, 48, 49. And that gives us plus 4, which equals to 49. Okay, that's one way you can do it. Or you could have done 3 groups of 10. You put them together. That gives you 30. If you add a rod, that gives me 10. So 30 plus 10 is 40. I still need to get 9 more. And then this is where you can put your ones. And you can add 9 ones. So that's one way you could do it. There's so many different ways. But that's the cool thing about math. It doesn't have to be always the same way. So that will give me plus 9. So that's 2 different ways you could do it. Or you can be really, really interesting and you can also put one group of 10. And then if you're really mean to me, which some of you like to mess with Miss Tran, you could also put 39 ones. And that will equal to 49. So that's just a recap of what we did yesterday. If you're still having problems with this, just keep on watching this video and practice with this with different numbers. But if you are okay and you're ready to take on the 3-digit numbers, you're going to watch my next video where I'm going to talk about composing and decomposing numbers that are in the hundreds. See you soon.